Hey, it's my name's Emily, and I am one of the newest Limelight by Alcone beauty guides. And I kind of want to just tell you a little bit about how I came to the products and why I like the products, and just a little bit about my story. So, I'm a wife of 10 years. I'm a mother of two little girls. One is almost 5, and one will be 3 in just a little over a month. It goes by really quick. I'm also a school counselor for our local school system. It's the school I went to as an elementary school student, and now I work there, and I really love that. And being a school counselor is a calling, and it's fun. And I've been doing that for about 13 years, and it just fits into my life, and it is a really rewarding job. But about 2 years ago, I was getting a little burnt out with the magnitude of my job, and I think that happens to a lot of people. I don't think that's just me, but I think in the counseling world, there's a lot of burnout, and I wasn't completely burnt out. I hate to say it that way, but I was really discouraged. And so me and my husband had an opportunity to own a children's boutique, and while I worked, we had this boutique, which was supposed to be like my creative thing. I've always had like some kind of creative ability. If you listen to any of my videos that I've done or will be putting up, I reference like artistic things because that's what I used to do for fun, read and that kind of stuff. And I think I managed all that really well until I started having kids, and then it became you're always trying to keep somebody alive and trying to work through that. And so we bought this children's boutique, and at first it was really great, and I was having that release with creativity, and just it was fluff and it didn't matter. But then it became a very much another very stressful thing in my life. I was having to focus on schedules, which typically I don't mind, but it was taking more time away from my children. And about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, around this time, my husband started another business, and so we were running 3 businesses out of our home. I was working full time. And then in the winter, so this past winter in February, we found out that my mom potentially had a very serious disease, and that kind of changed we shifted our focus. It changed our paradigm. It made us go, oh, this isn't that important, and it's not for the stress it's causing me, for the stress it's causing my family, it's not worth keeping. So we found a new owner for the store, thankfully, and they're doing well with it, and it's been an easy transition. But in that transition, I realized, some of the money I was making is going to be gone. And and around that time, a friend of mine I went to high school with, I've known her, we took dance together. I've known her for a really long time, but she was in a boutique business, and then she started going into direct sales. That's how she transitioned out. And she was just saying, like, Emily, I don't have inventory, and I don't have sales reports, and I don't have schedules, and I don't have the stress. And it's just so much easier. And it's I'm not saying it's easy, like, oh, you're just gonna people, it's just gonna make life so much simpler. It's work, but it's not as stressful. And just listening to her talk, some light bulbs went off. And around this time, I started getting approached by a lot of people in multi-level marketing and direct sales. And I've always been like, no, that's not for me. But in listening to her talk, I remember having a conversation soon after with my mom and being like, that's what I should have done all along. If I was looking for an outlet, if I was looking for something that was going to be creative, that I could kind of use a different part of my brain and feel maybe a more sense of a completion that way, this is the thing to do. And so I started demoing products. And I've been, you can't be the age I am and not have been invited to a plethora of parties, be it children's clothing or face products, home organizational products, decoration products, energy products. You're kind of, it's there. And if you're on Facebook, you see a lot of it. And I've always just been sort of like, no, I'm not a salesperson. Like, I couldn't even sell the wrapping paper in elementary school to relatives. Kind of not a salesperson. But then I got to thinking about it. Yeah, everybody's kind of a salesperson if you think about it, because if you find a product that you love, you're going to tell people about it. Like if I love something, I'm going to tell you about it. I'm going to tell you, you need to buy it like right now. Like it's the best thing ever. I tell people that all the time. I go to a store and there's a sale. I might post about it on Facebook and tell people about it. One of my good friends from high school, she posted something the other day, and I'm like, oh, I need to go do that. She sold that idea to me. It didn't benefit her in any way, but we all kind of are salespeople. Um, when it's something you love, and so that was my whole thing. And like in this, looking at this multi-level marketing, what really speaks to me and what works for me. And so also around this time, and I do believe in like signs, and think God kind of directs you where you need to be at certain places and puts things in your way. Well, around this time, my cousin Gina was able to become a Limelight beauty guide. There had been I guess a freeze because the company grew so fast, and so they finally released. They took on more beauty guides, and she was one of the first local people that I knew. Oh, okay, I could have access to her, and so I messaged her, and we set up a time. And it was hard to nail down schedules because at that time I still had the store and I was still working full time. But she came over to my house and we played in makeup, and I was very skeptical that the colors would work for me because, you know, when I first started wearing makeup, my mom, when I was in 7th grade, my mom carried me to Belk's, and we sat down at the Clinique counter and they color matched me. And from that point on, every bit of makeup I've ever worn has came from a department store, and I've used it all in some ways. I don't know there's a brand that I've not had some kind of contact with either on the long term or for a short period of time. But typically what went on my face was department store makeup because I didn't want to have breakouts, yet I still had breakouts. And I didn't want to have colors changing on my face once you applied, but I still had that. So I mean, I can tell you more about my makeup history, and I can. But I had been using this product for I know over 5 years. And when I saw that Gina was selling it, I was like, I want to try your foundation because I keep hearing good things about it. I've got a couple of Facebook friends that were talking about it, buzzing about it, and I was like, it may be time to try something new. It's about time anyway. But I'm really snobby when it comes to makeup because, like I said, everything I've ever put on my face has been, an expensive. There's been some kind of professional in a professional setting selling me this makeup. I've worn Clinique. That's what I started with. The formulation I was on broke my face out really bad, I remember, and so my mom and me found another brand in Clinique. So I played around in that for a while. By the time I got into high school, really into high school, I was wearing Estee Lauder exclusively. Most of my makeup through college was Estee Lauder, and then around the time I started working in the school system, I moved to Bobbi Brown, which broke my face out terribly bad because it was a really heavy oil-based. I don't even know what it was. I can't even remember. I just know like it did as much as I wanted to like it because I really like a lot of their products. It just didn't work for me. And then I started using Glow Minerals. I was seeing an esthetician and a dermatologist at that time because I was experiencing such severe breakouts. I actually had to get pretty deep into acne medication to clear it up. But we used Jane Iredale. I tried really hard to like the mineral makeup, but I'm a liquid fan, and so once I got to this, which is a Clinique brand, I stuck with it, and I've been using it, and I still like it. It's just it's not serving the purposes, and it's not as good as what I feel like this has been. So when Gina came to the house, I decided I would try one of the collections. I did the teen collection, although I'm not a teen, which gives you the foundation, 2 concealers, 2 eyeshadows, the pressed powder, a lipstick, and I'm sorry, it's a little well, you probably can't see the wear on this, but my girls steal this from me on the regular. They love it. It tastes good, or it smells good. I don't, whatever. And I also bought the primer spray and the 10 Years Younger spray. And I got all that for a pretty, about what I expected to pay at a department store. And I was really surprised by how versatile what I have is. Like I feel like I can do a complete full face. Because I can even make, because of this 10 Years Younger spray, I can even make an eyeliner out of eyeshadow that'll stay throughout the day. So, it's cool. And so I've been really excited about the products, but again, like, I kind of hemmed and hawed, like, I don't know. But what kind of sold me on this and made me realize that I can do this, I like the products because it's exactly what I would get at a department store. The packaging is really smart. The quality is second to none. This is products that are marketed through Alcone, which has been, if you know anything about the makeup world, Alcone is what the professionals would use in the industry. It's not something that you're not going to know about it at Belk's, but it's, it is is an industry. It's been around for a really long time. It's not a new company. It's not a new formulation. And it's not a gimmick. And that's the thing I think that got me more than anything else is I'm not putting my money into a gimmick. This isn't sham wow. I don't want like a gimmick. And I'm not trying to cover up Sharpie marker, and I'm not trying to look completely different. I want to look like myself, but enhanced. And so I feel like these products do all that. And I'm really excited about that. Like, I'm excited to try new things. When I hear somebody say like, oh, I love this. I want to try it. I want to see, like, I'm almost jealous that they have all these other things that I don't have. And so I'm building my collection. But Limelight has been, one of these things that's not been volatile to my skin. I've been wearing it since the spring, or before, like winter or spring. And I've not had any cystic breakouts, nothing that I've experienced typically when I change a makeup brand. I will say the foundation was a big adjustment for me, because to go from a liquid to a wax-based product was worrisome to me, just because of my experience with the makeup I used around the time I was first started working in the school system. But it's really light. It's almost fluid on your face. It doesn't feel heavy. And if you're looking to go glamorous, you can do that. If you want to look like a full-on Kardashian, you could do that. But if you want to look like your mom, like not like your mom, but like if you want to look like a mom or just a normal person and just want to get makeup put on your face and go about your day and not have to worry about it, this is the makeup I would suggest for anybody. So that's sort of my story. That's sort of where I came from, how I found myself here, and why I'm happy to be here. I wouldn't sit in front of this computer and talk to you and tell you something that's not true. And because that's just, if you know me, and some of you do and some of you don't, but if you know me, I'm not the kind that's going to sit here and try to tell you that this is like the best thing that's ever happened, if it's not. But I do think this is something that if you were to buy these products, you wouldn't regret it. You'd use them, you'd like them. And I feel like you'd be a repeat customer, because the pigmentation is so, it's just so much better than what you're buying already and spending a lot of money on. So, the value's there, the packaging's there, it's all very smart. I just can't say enough good things about it. The makeup I have on now, 90% of what I have on is Limelight. My mascara is not, and that's just because I just bought a tube and I'm just trying to finish up what I got before I open up a new one. But the thing of this makeup is it works well with the makeup I already have. It's a great big symphony. It's working together. I'm not feeling like I'm locked into something. So it works well with other brands because I'm not turning orange. So I did this makeup earlier today. It's still on my face. It's almost 9 o'clock, and we're going on hours and hours and hours here. So Good stuff's happening. If you're interested, let me know.